Thanks for staying with us. It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on Nigerian newspapers. I have got with me the first newspaper here, Nigerian News Direct, with a screaming headline, Supreme Court fixes Monday to hear Atiku Obi appeal against Tinubu. You find that on page 15 of the Nigerian News Direct. Above the nameplate, Sanwo-Olu Abiodun Dangote bid Akintola Williams farewell, extol attributes. That's on page 2. Editors hail appointment of Shuneye as CCO. Fuel kills. We have 30 days fuel supply. That's the NNPC retail. That's on page 3 of the Nigerian News Direct. Naseni, Chinese companies sign MOUs for $2 billion worth of projects. Wiki refuses customs plea to reallocate land, lists condition. Core member loses life to suspected phone snatchers in Kaduna. You find that on page 3. And at the bottom strip, jail decongestion. 4,000 in jail because they are unable to pay fines. Interior Minister Tunji Ojo. You see that on the front page of the Nigerian News Direct. Next is Salient Times. Supreme Court fixes Monday to hear Atiku's appeal against Tinubu. Revealed Supreme Court judges that will decide Atiku Obi's appeal against Tinubu. And also, federal government Labour's deal under threat. NLC accuses Lalong of violation. Kano, Yobe, Bauchi lead as 20 states record 9,478 diphtheria cases. EFCC new chair vows to make rule of law agencies guiding light. Queen Primer, among LGBT books reps want to ban. In case anything happens to me, hold my pastor Adegoke Jeremiah responsible. Chef Dami raises the alarm. Chaos in Ilorin as prisons bus kills 4, injures many. And above the nameplate, Davido, I'm receiving death threats. BB Niger's Fina cries out. How police arrested RCCG pastor for allegedly supplying guns to robbers. You see that and many more on the front page of the Salient Times. Racing to Voice of Liberty, Supreme Court to hear Atiku's appeal challenging Tinubu's election. Federal government new DGs appoint new DGs for NBC, NAN, NTA, VON, others. IPAC criticizes Tinubu's appointment, says President favors Southwest. And on the lower part is the House of Reps suspends use of concrete in road construction nationwide. EFCC embarrassed me before 2023 polls. Akpabio. EFCC embarrassed me before 2023 polls. That's Akpabio. Tinubu's administration will not get 8 years. Sheikh Gumi says Christians can be trusted with Nigerian security. That's a submission, the Voice of Liberty on the front page of the newspaper. Next is the Nation newspaper. Atiku Obi versus Tinubu. Legal fireworks on Monday. Supreme Court fixes hearing of appeal bid by PDP candidate to submit CSU documents. Chinese firms, federal government sign $6 billion pact on power, automobile. Tinubu appoints chief executives for agencies. You find that on the front page of the Nation newspaper. Above the nameplate, 891 petitions dismissed, withdrawn, says INEC. You see that on page 5. Senator Danjuma, lawmaking should be part-time job. Federal government to pay 500 million naira fine on 4,000 inmates' freedom. Governor's business moguls bid Akintola Williams buy. Federal government states to join forces in mining. And on the bottom strip, House of Reps asks Umahi to halt plan on concrete roads. You see that on page 6 of the Nation newspaper. Next is First News. Tinubu files fresh motion to stop FBI, CIA from releasing U.S. records. And we also have palliatives, Ogun government, PDP. I need an urgent help of like 10. I didn't get this. Well, Tinubu revokes appointment of 24-year-old FEMA chairman and federal government to pay 500 million naira to secure 4,000 inmates release. why we recruited repentant thugs, police commission. Now, Tinubu sags NBC, Von DGs, non-CEO others, and the EU ECOWAS signed over 210 million euros financing agreement. Hoodlum stab core member to death in Kaduna. That's you see that. Okay, I think the palliatives is saying that government say PDP, Bikeja, I beg, I need an urgent help of like 10K over distribution. I think that's using the pigeon to write the headline there. Okay, next is Blueprint. 2023 polls. Tribunals found no merit in 74.5% of post-election petitions. As according to INEC, and the writers read of 1,196 petitions, 712 dismissed, 179 withdrawn. Commission can't be blamed, lacks power to screen candidates. Olumekun. That's on page 6. You see above the main headline, the banner headline, we've got Tinubu names Blueprints Ndase, VONDG, Onilu heads NOA, Ali heads NAN as the boss. Then the federal government unveils plans for renewed hope cities, targets 1,800 hectares from states. Diphtheria, Nigeria records 9,478 cases in 20 states. Don't engage in panic buying, NNPCL tells Nigerians. Supreme Court to hear Atiku's appeal against Tinubu on Monday. That's on page 5. We won't increase taxes, Adedeji assures business. Tinubu pledges commitment to grow Nigeria's economy, seeks speedy passage of 2024 budget, will work to harmonize fiscal laws with constitution. The Senate President Akpabio reacting. Daily Independence is last but not least, Labour fuel subsidy. Labour warns federal government to honor pact or face nationwide strike. Labour warns federal government to honor pact or face nationwide strike. Rising insecurity, Afenifere urges creation of motivated, equipped state, local government police. Tinubu withdraws Imam's appointment as FEMA chairman, appoints new DGs, CEOs for NADF, NOA, etc. Stop panic buying. We have fuel for 30 days. That's NNPCL. Supreme Court fixes Monday to hear Atiku's motion on fresh evidence against Tinubu. And on the bottom strip, federal government to shut third mainland bridge 24 hours for repairs. That's on page 6 of the front page of page 6 on the newspaper Daily Independence. And above the nameplate, PDP calls for Governor Akeredelu's impeachment. You can read that and more from the Daily Independent. And last but not least is the Vanguard newspaper. Federal government, Labour's deal under threat. NLC accuses Lalong of violation, says federal government never negotiated in good faith. You can continue reading that. Israel-Hamas war, Sharia Council can PFN disagree over Nigeria's role. Kano government doles out PGD scholarship to 1,001 beneficiaries. We have so many of them. And above the nameplate, we've got customers' deposits in banks rise 56.6% to 75.7 trillion naira. So many more. Let me give the time to Kemi to bring it up to speed with some of the newspapers that we have.
Right, Ibrahim. I'm looking at the Punch now. The big story on the front page of the Punch is on the fuel scarcity, though Punch reports that NNPCL and marketers are disagreeing over supply as queues spread. No supply from NNPCL for over a month. This is from IPMAN, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, who add that ex-depot price has hit 605 naira. But NNPCL still assures Nigerians to stop panic buying as there is sufficient product. And now more stories there. Read, resist drug cartels temptation. That's from the Director General of the NDLEA, retired General Buba Marwa, who is addressing NDLEA officials, and the picture story alludes to that. Okada riders shun government's ban, return to restricted Lagos road, and Israel-Hamas war as that lingers. US, UK, and Germany asks citizens to leave Lebanon. That's on the Punch. On this, Nigeria's reserves suffer $717 million drop in September. That's according to the Apex Bank, the Central Bank of Nigeria, with the Naira dipping further to 1,152 Naira to the dollar at black market. And there is, INEC there refuting reports claiming 94% of contested posts await tribunal. And ahead of the Kogi election, several injured as APC SDP supporters engage in gun battle. Below there on this Nigeria, Governor Soludo of Anambra State says 420 worst schools in Anambra owned by government as task force raid traders shut down shops over environmental law violation. To Daily Trust now, industries battle for survival as dollar hits 1,155 Naira. Companies relocating to Ghana, retrenching. That's according to textile manufacturers. Employers recommend guided float forex regime. One-way ticket, flight ticket that is may hit 130,000 Naira. And BDCs and other, talking heads there are positing on how to rescue the Naira. Tinubu withdraws appointment of 24-year-old as former chair, and Matawale Governor Lawal's feud leaves Zamfara civil servants hungry. On the front page of Nature News, NDDC to power Niger Delta communities with solar energy. NATO 2% spending goal could divert $2.6 trillion from climate finance. That's according to environmentalists. On The Guardian, the big story there is on tales of underfunded, understaffed medical centers in federal universities. And a number of them are captioned in the picture story: University of Ibadan, Federal University of Technology in Akure, UNN, and a host of others. On NSAS, today marks the 3rd anniversary. Activists lament non-implementation of probe, panel recommendations, and no respite for Nigerians as petrol scarcity bites harder in Abuja, Lagos, and other cities. Finally, is Business Day. FG to digitize processes for air travelers, set to intensify controls at borders. And this interesting one, captioned from Sundance to Oscars, the journey of Mami Wata. This has to do with this latest blockbuster that has been chosen to represent Nigeria in the international feature film category for the 2024 Oscars. Ibrahim.
Interesting. Well, so that's there's so many things for people to read on the front pages of the newspaper today. So many to chew on. But then, just stay with us here on TVC Breakfast.